All right, good evening. What a beautiful evening, huh? Look at the peace we have out here today. It's just been lovely. Um, I've been kind of eyeballing these sheep and made the decision to come in and brush hog behind on this field, and we're going to continue to do this at both farms. I was originally just doing this at the cattle farm, but there's just this. It's everywhere. It's not just my farms or anything. I see it in the corn this year. This little ragweed, that there's the little ragweed and then the giant is just everywhere this year, and I think it's just because it has been so wet. You can see here. I'll try to zoom in. My two dogs there, keeping an eye on me. So I just decided, since I refuse to use chemicals, the easiest way to deal with some of this stuff is before the seed hardens. Here, like right now, it's still, soft and squishy. Sorry. We'll just knock it off. And so, I mean, that is going to slow down some of my grass growth because I am clipping it, and I'm trying not to clip it too low, but still, it's one of those things where we're going to engage in some creative destruction to kind of help these fields stay in condition. Because one thing I've learned is, as long as I take care of the ground, the animals show through properly. The other thing that I did this year, speaking of creative destruction, is I went through and did another heavy cull on my sheep. And I was primarily looking at body condition and, all the things I've always talked about, right? We get rid of fence jumpers, bad mothers, bad shedders. There's one bad shedder in there. You can see him right there, but that's a wether, so that doesn't bother me. He'll still be delicious. But if you look at these sheep, and we're going to get a little closer to them. Hey, Sheppy dog. She always comes and gets her one pet. He's not so friendly, but he's a great dog. He loves Henry, but he doesn't like me for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I smell or something. I don't. But if you look at all these animals, they all have just... Here, I'll try to zoom in so they don't walk to me. But look at the body condition. Some of these are these are wethers. But look at the adults that I'm keeping. The body condition is just, really, really good. And my goal there is to just continue to be strict with this flock and not let it drift away from excellence. And so I'm just going to kind of walk through, and you can see that right there is probably the lightest ewe I have right now, and she's okay. But look at how thick-bodied and full the mature ewes are. There's not a hint of poor condition. I mean, there's a couple, but they're really old, and I just want to keep them because I want to keep their genetics in. She's a little old. But even that one, that's my oldest sheep. Look at her. She's still thriving. And so my goal here is, I cut down to about 40 ewes, and I'll build back up. But I don't want to continue to let waste pull down the overall quality of this flock. I had clipped this bit of right here maybe a month ago, and it's interesting to note that this is where they're spending their time. So this has gotten old and rank and full of this crappy ragweed. So we're gonna come and do this, I guess, because I want these fields to maintain top condition so that these sheep maintain top condition. So yeah, there's about, I don't know, 10 or 12 wethers in here for us and for some people that want them. But I really, really trimmed down the ewe flock this year. And it kind of stinks because I like seeing a big flock of sheep, but I think it'll pay off next year. They're so funny. They love eating leaves. But look at them all. So yeah, I had some that I had brought in for color, and a lot of those, I've decided that's really a poor motivation. to bring in for color. Instead, I need to be bringing in for condition and let the color sort itself out. Like, I'd much rather have a thick sheep like that than a skinny scrawner. So I ended up getting rid of a lot of my colored sheep because they just weren't showing right in their, you know, in their body and in the way they acted. So yeah, it's just my overall thought is I stopped keeping sheep for, you know, having a big flock is a vanity, having a certain color is a vanity. Instead, I want to continue to press forward with my culling to maintain absolutely bulletproof sheep. So we're only going to get about, you know, I don't know, 70 or 80 lambs next year. But that's good. And I'd rather have 70 or 80 primo lambs out of 40 primo ewes than chase a bunch of junk like I kind of started. They weren't junk, but I want to continue to push the flock upwards, I guess is probably the best way to say it. Okay,